Hello. So while vacationing with my girls at Mardi Gras in New Orleans, which we do every year, I was having a good time. I caught a couple of coconuts. I got my beads. I was good to go. It was a beautiful thing. When we got back to the hotel, I went to sleep. And when I woke up, I noticed that there was a bloody discharge on my pillow. And so initially I thought it was because of my recent dental work, but as soon as I went to the bathroom, I saw the discharge right around my nipple area on my nightgown. And so I knew that I was having nipple discharge. And I have a history of cystic breast, but I never had nipple discharge before. So that was really scary. It definitely dampened the trip. So anyway, when I got back home, I called my doctor. He scheduled he ordered a mammogram and an ultrasound for me. And so right around that time, COVID hit as well. So there were some significant delays between the approval from my HMO and just the scheduling itself for the mammogram and ultrasound. So I mean, finally the day arrived. I was a little sick to my stomach. In the pit here, I knew something was wrong. Like I said, I never had nipple discharge before, so that was scary and very new. And so about 2 minutes into the mammogram, I knew something was wrong. I knew that just by the way the technicians, who I had been watching like a hawk, right down to their breathing patterns, their voice inflections. I mean, I was looking for any type of indication that I might be going to glory soon, if you know what I mean. So anyway, they found a mass in my right breast, and I didn't have any pain. I didn't feel any lumps. I just had this nipple discharge. Eventually, I started to have pain, but not at first. So the radiologist walked in and she told me about the mass, and she said that she was recommending a biopsy just to determine the origin of the problem and to see if it was cancerous or not. Whoo-wee, from that point, I was a walk-in spiritual child. I was carrying my Bible everywhere I went. I was scared to death. I reviewed my life insurance plans to make sure, my affairs were in order. I called my girlfriends and my close family and asked them to look out for my kids, even though my son is a registered nurse and in his 30s and my daughter is attending college and in her 20s. I was scared to death. I was headed for doom. I cried at a drop of a hat. I was a peppermint in the pocketbook carrying, increase my tithes. I'm just saying. I mean, I was a mess. I was just literally just crying at the drop of a hat. I was a mess. I think one of my friends, I think it was Kim, she had to stop me from writing my own obituary because there was nothing you could tell me that would stop me from thinking I was about to die. So anyway, the results came in. I had the biopsy, and that was relatively painless. I didn't experience any real significant pain other than the pinprick, and that was it. It took about 5 days for the results to come in, and then at that point, they diagnosed me with a benign mass that's called atypical ductal hyperplasia, which is pretty much an overgrowth of abnormal cells. And it had to be removed because it is precancerous. So my personal physician told me that I need to go back to a plant-based diet because I was plant-based for years, but it got boring. And so I went back, and I was a hardcore carnivore. So I also needed to reduce stress, like who can do that, right? And he also recommended that, I just read literature and just, educate myself on my condition, and so pretty much he scheduled me for follow up with the surgeon to have the mass removed, and that is where things got really, really tricky and just seemed to go awry. But anyway, the discussion that the surgeon and I had led me to postpone the first surgery date and conduct a little more research for myself and my own personal health, and just get to the root of the problem. So if you would like to hear about that, please don't forget to like this video and stand by for the second video, which will discuss the conversation I had with the surgeon that led to me asking for an additional procedure just to be sure that there wasn't, other abnormal cells or cancer lurking around in other areas. So again, like my video, and I appreciate it. Thank you for viewing, and I'll see you soon.